Hi, everybody. It's David. In my weekly devotional series that I read, I am studying 2 Kings chapter 5, verses 1 through 14. It's a story of a military commander and his lesson with humility. The military commander is named Nathan and Naaman. And Naaman is a well-respected commander in the Syrian army. He is considered to be honorable and valiant. But he also is afflicted with leprosy. So people close to him, including his wife and a few advisors, had sent him over to the prophet Elijah's home for healing. So Naaman trots off to Elijah's home for healing. He knocks on the door, and Elijah sends a messenger to greet Naaman at the door. And the messenger instructs Naaman to go to the River Jordan and bathe in the River Jordan 7 times. And after the 7th time, he will be cleansed of leprosy. Well, Naaman left, and he was feeling rather angry and a little bit of rage because he felt that being a military commander, he should have received this information, and there should have been more of a laying on of hands and more of a ritualistic experience from the prophet Elijah. But that didn't happen. So as he approached home, his wife and his advisors said to him, you really probably should listen to that messenger. Go to the River Jordan and cleanse your body 7 times. So Naaman did exactly that. Sometimes our ego gets in the way of what God is trying to do through us. And sometimes he does through us, through others. Last week I was delivering an item in Anaheim, and I encountered another driver who was in the process of full-blown road rage. And it doesn't happen all that often to me. I hear about it more on, but I think it's only happened to me once before. And all I do is I never make eye contact and I avoid the driver. So instead of moving forward in my delivery path, I decided to go ahead and make a left-hand turn and to get out of that driver's way. After I made my left-hand turn, I found my way back into my delivery path and I finished my delivery. But during that entire time, that experience had polluted my mind and my heart. I was really filled with a lot of rage. I was so angry about it. We talk to ourselves sometimes when we're by ourselves, and I was in a full-blown conversation with my rage in my car, going over that entire incident, and I didn't like the way it made me feel. So I accepted another delivery only blocks away from where this incident occurred, and I go into the counter of this restaurant, and the merchant tells me, because I just want to say thank you for being here today. And that kind of caught me off guard. And I said, oh, of course, I'm happy to be here and to deliver to your client. He says, no, I really want to thank you for being our delivery partner. Without Uber Eats or DoorDash or Grubhub, some of our customers would never be able to get to experience our food. And with our delivery partners, you actually make that happen. So I just want to thank you. Well, at that point, my heart started to warm, and I started to forget about the previous road rage incident. I take the food, I get back into my car, and as I'm putting my key into the ignition to start my car, I see a homeless man digging through the trash near this patio seating area of this restaurant. I remembered I had received a cash tip, which I never receive a cash tip in this business because it's a cashless system. People can tip directly through the Uber Eats app. They don't have to give you a cash tip on site. But I remembered I had a few dollars tucked into my pocket of my shirt. I get out of my car and I go and give the few dollars to this homeless man, and he says, gosh, I'm so grateful. I am so thirsty and I'm so hungry and it's so hot outside. This is really gonna help me cool down and get some nourishment into my system. And I said, well, I'm so glad I can help. He was thankful. I was grateful I could help. The merchant was thankful that I was his delivery partner. At this point, any incident of a road rage was completely far from my mind because my heart had been healed. My mind had been free of that nonsense of anger and animosity and retribution. And I'm thankful that God let me go to this restaurant, because I think that was in many ways my River Jordan experience. I think going to that restaurant helped cleanse my heart, and it cleansed my soul by those two men who only demonstrated an act of kindness and gratitude towards me. And I think that's the way I needed to get past that horrible experience with that driver on the road. Sometimes we let our ego and we let our anger get in the way of what really needs to happen through God. And sometimes God doesn't always work through us individually, but he works through us with others. He brings other people into our lives to help demonstrate to us what humility is. What is it to be grateful? What is it to show kindness? So that was my big takeaway for the week. And if you get a chance, read the story in 2 Kings chapter 5, verses 1 through 14. It's an interesting story, and it's filled with a lot of great life lessons. Will you pray with me? Heavenly Father, thank you for your unwavering presence in our lives. Thank you for lessons of grace and humility. When we place you first before all others. Guide us to our own River of Jordan for cleansing and healing of our heart and of our minds that sometimes harbor negative thoughts and feelings. Help us to get out of our own way for a more consistent walk and a relationship with you. These things we ask in your name. Have a great week, everybody. Remember, read a psalm. If you're going out, wear a mask. When you come back, wash your hands. And don't forget to tell someone you love them.